Hey everyone. Today I want to share a really interesting story that might surprise you. It's about two very famous people you know, Sean Diddy Combs and Barack Obama. You probably know Diddy as a music superstar and a business mogul, and Obama as the 44th President of the United States. What you might not expect is that their stories have somehow become connected in a way that could shake things up for both of them. So, let's dive in and explore how their past relationship, current events, politics, and legal drama all tie together. Now, you probably heard that Diddy is in big trouble right now. He's facing some serious charges, including sex trafficking and running a criminal organization. This isn't just some rumor on the internet. It's happening in a real court with real witnesses, and it's all very serious. If Diddy is found guilty, he could be looking at a long time in prison. But what makes this story even more interesting is that during the trial, some unexpected names have come up. One of those names is Barack Obama. Yes, the former president of the United States. You might be thinking, how is Obama connected to Diddy's legal case? That's exactly what we're here to talk about. So let's start from the beginning. Diddy and Obama have actually crossed paths many times before. Diddy is known for hosting big parties and fundraisers where lots of important people gather. Obama attended some of these events, especially during his presidential campaigns. It's pretty normal for famous musicians and politicians to hang out together. They help each other get attention and support. One crazy detail that came up during the trial is that Diddy reportedly had ecstasy pills shaped like Obama's face. That sounds wild, right? But it was mentioned in court by one of Diddy's former assistants. Of course, this doesn't mean Obama was involved with drugs or anything illegal. It's just a strange fact about Diddy's lifestyle. It's like a symbol of how their worlds kind of bumped into each other. Diddy's trial has exposed a lot of dark things. Witnesses have talked about how Diddy's business empire might have been used for terrible crimes, including trafficking women and forcing people to work in bad conditions. These accusations are heavy, and the trial is still going on. People are watching closely because Diddy is such a well-known figure. Now, let's talk about Obama. He hasn't been accused of anything wrong, and there's no proof he was involved in Diddy's alleged crimes. But his name came up in court as part of the bigger story of who Diddy knows and what kind of circles he runs in. When you're famous, sometimes your friends or connections get mentioned, even if they're not part of the crime. It can create a lot of pressure and questions. When you think about legal cases with famous people, politics often plays a big role. Politicians and celebrities sometimes use their influence to protect themselves or their friends. They have money and power that can affect what happens in court. That's why Diddy's case is so interesting. It's not just about him, it's about how the law treats powerful people. Some people wonder if Obama or other political figures might be called to testify in court or use their influence behind the scenes. Usually, courts only ask people who have direct information about the crime. So, it's not very likely Obama would be asked to testify. But if he had important information, he could be called. That would be huge because it would pull one of the most respected politicians into a messy legal fight. This whole situation could also affect Obama's reputation. Being president is a big job, and Obama had critics and fans. He made decisions some people liked and others didn't. For example, some people didn't agree with how he handled foreign policy or healthcare. These are normal parts of politics, but in situations like this, people might try to use those weaknesses against him. If Diddy's trial keeps getting attention and Obama's name keeps popping up, people might start asking questions about what kinds of relationships powerful people have behind closed doors. It could make it harder for Obama to protect his legacy, even if he did a lot of good things as president. On the other hand, Diddy's reputation is already at risk. No matter what happens in court, the allegations hurt his image. When people hear about crimes like sex trafficking, it's hard to separate facts from rumors. Even if he's found innocent, people might always remember these accusations. That's the risk of living in the spotlight. Your troubles are magnified. Remember, no one is perfect, not even presidents or famous musicians. Obama made some mistakes as president, and Diddy may have made mistakes too. These mistakes can come back to hurt them, especially when the media and public are watching closely. What about other powerful people in politics? Could they influence Diddy's trial? It's possible. Politics is often about connections and power. If Diddy has friends in high places, they might try to help him by talking to prosecutors or influencing juries. Or if politicians see a chance to gain from pushing Diddy down, they might go after him harder. That's why this case is not just happening in courtrooms. It's happening in newsrooms, on social media, and behind closed doors in government offices. The story you hear might just be one part of a bigger game of power. What if Obama or other politicians are called to testify? Testifying means telling what you know in court under oath. For Obama, this would be very unusual and risky. It could expose secrets and cause political scandals. But sometimes even powerful people have to speak if the law says so. If Obama testifies, everyone will watch closely. It could clear up misunderstandings or cause more trouble. Testimonies like this can change the course of a trial and affect public opinion. This drama also makes us think about justice in America. What does it mean when music stars and former presidents get involved in legal battles? Some people think the system is unfair because rich people can avoid punishment. Others believe everyone should get a fair trial. The media also shapes these stories a lot. News and social media often turn complex cases into simple drama. That makes people form opinions before they know all the facts. The way Diddy and Obama are talked about can change how people see the case. In the end, the story of Diddy and Obama shows how complicated life can be when fame, power, and law mix. Even the most famous people have secrets and struggles we don't always see. It also shows that our choices follow us for a long time. So, what do you think will happen? Will Diddy beat the charges, or will the truth come out? Will Obama stay out of the spotlight, or will he get pulled into this legal mess? And what does this mean for justice and fairness? These are big questions with no easy answers, but they're important for all of us. First, let's talk more about how Diddy became such a big name. Diddy didn't start rich or famous. He worked hard to build his career, starting as a talent manager and producer. He helped artists like the notorious B.I.G. become huge stars. Then, Diddy started his own record label, clothing lines, and even a vodka brand. He turned into a billionaire. Because of all this success, Diddy got close to many powerful people, including politicians. He hosted parties that were attended by celebrities and political leaders alike. These parties were more than just fun. They were networking events where deals were made and influence was exchanged. One famous moment was when Obama attended one of Diddy's events during his 2008 presidential campaign. Diddy publicly supported Obama, which helped Obama connect with younger voters and the hip-hop community. That support was important because it showed that Obama wasn't just a politician, but someone who could unite different groups. But with fame and success comes challenges. Diddy's lifestyle involved a lot of money, parties, and sometimes questionable decisions. Reports from the trial say that some of the people around Diddy were involved in illegal activities. The allegations say that Diddy's company was used to traffic women and force people to work. If true, this would be a serious crime and a huge fall from grace for someone once seen as a role model. Now, what about Obama? He served 2 terms as president, from 2009 to 2017. During that time, he made many important decisions that affected millions of people. He passed the Affordable Care Act, worked on improving the economy after the Great Recession, and dealt with foreign policy challenges. Still, not everyone agreed with Obama's choices. Some criticized how he handled the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Others said the Affordable Care Act wasn't perfect. Like all leaders, Obama had his share of mistakes and tough moments. So how could Obama's past decisions impact what's happening now with Diddy? Well, sometimes when someone is involved in a scandal, their past comes back to haunt them. If Obama is pulled into the trial or the media attention, critics might use his past mistakes to question his character. This could hurt Obama's reputation, even though he isn't accused of a crime. At the same time, Diddy's case could affect Obama too. If the public sees that Obama was close to someone accused of serious crimes, they might wonder if Obama knew more than he said. Even if he didn't, just being linked to a scandal can be damaging. Let's also think about the bigger picture. The Diddy-Obama connection raises questions about power and influence in America. When famous people and politicians get involved in scandals, it makes people wonder if the rich and powerful get special treatment. In many ways, this case is a test of the justice system. Will Diddy be treated fairly? Will politics affect the outcome? And how will the public react if powerful people are involved? The trial has already shown that there are many layers to this story. There are allegations, denials, and surprising details, like the Obama-shaped pills. There are witnesses talking about threats and violence. And there are questions about who will take the stand. If Obama is called to testify, it would be a huge moment. Imagine a former president sitting in a courtroom answering questions under oath. That could change everything. But it's not just Obama. Other celebrities and politicians might also be pulled into this story. The trial could reveal secrets about the worlds of music, politics, and business. At the end of the day, this story is about more than just Diddy and Obama. It's about how people with power live, how they make choices, and how those choices affect everyone else. So, what lessons can we learn? Maybe it's that no matter how famous or powerful you are, your actions have consequences. Maybe it's that the law should treat everyone fairly, no matter their status. Or maybe it's that we should pay attention to the stories behind the headlines. Thanks again for sticking with me through this long talk. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave your thoughts below. I want to hear what you think about this crazy story. Until next time, take care and keep asking questions. Peace out.